This is an iClass tutorial for creating a family account. The FCGC Customer Portal is a fantastic portal for our members to use to create accounts, update enrolments, cancel enrolments, view their financial status, make payments. They can do many things through the Customer Portal, and we also have our own app. When a family makes an inquiry with us over email, we should always refer them to the Customer Portal via our website to create their account. From there, they can view the classes and request a trial class. We always suggest our families do a trial class before they commence with any enrolment. This is because the process of booking the trial, attending the trial, meeting our staff, and having the experience at the club for the first time as a trial makes the experience with the club very, very positive. So we always recommend a trial class. So if somebody sends an email through making an inquiry, we would send them a link to our Customer Portal, suggest they create an account, let them know they can view the classes that are available, and depending on the information they've given us in their email, we may be able to make that recommendation from there. In the Customer Portal, you can see here on the top right, you can see the location. So when we're dealing with families, we need to let them know to make sure they've selected the correct location, and that location gets changed over here on the left. This is important to know when supporting families over the phone as well, because if they're in the portal or the app and we're trying to help them and they're in the wrong location, they won't be able to view the information that we're viewing in the location we're in. We're not both in the same location. And confirming with the family what location they're seeking to attend the club at. So the first point would always be to try and get them to create an account. However, it may be that we assist the families over the phone and create the account for them. The way we do that, we will go through now. If you're doing this with the family over the phone, just let them know it'll take about 10 to 15 minutes so that they've got that time set aside before you start the process. So to create a new family, we're going to select the little wizard wand here. This is our family setup wizard. So you just follow the steps through here. You'll be prompted through each step to add the information, filling in all of the sections. So that's the first section. We'll move on to the next. And then we get the email. Now, if we're going to, if they give us an email, sometimes we always ask if they've been with us before. Now, often families will say they haven't. They've either forgotten, they've attended a free event, and we've uploaded them onto our database from there, or for whatever reason they don't let us know. So this option here to set the email is really good because it will tell us if there's another account. So if we were to type in this email here, it's going to come up and say that there is already an account with that email in the system. So that's a good prompt. As soon as that comes up, you know they've got an account. Go on to another tab, search in the families with that email, and then find that account and confirm the account is actually theirs. Update any information that needs updated, and you can go through the process of supporting them with their inquiry from there. However, if we type in a email address and it doesn't come up with that, we know that they don't have an account with us with that address. So we'll continue filling them in. We need to set this as a primary email, and we always want to subscribe our families to the email blast. It defaults to not subscribing them. We want them all getting all the up-to-date information from our club that they can. So we'll just type in an email, a phone number there, and continue to follow through the prompts. And getting the correct state and suburb. Oh, I typed that in the wrong section. and postcode. So along these steps, we want to make sure we get all of the correct information in there. And that's where we stop. We don't need to add any of this information in here. We don't need any of that. So then we're going to go along to the next option. This is going to tell us to ask us to review our entry. So just checking that everything's right. We've typed it in correctly, so we'll know that's correct. And we're going to save the family. Then what we want to do is attach a student to the family. So if we just add this student in here, first name and last name, we'll select the gender, and we don't need to worry about the grade, but we do want to get the date of birth in there. So if we just start with the year, the month, and then the date. Now sometimes iClass, when we're doing this, doesn't save the birth date properly. So it's always a really good idea to keep a note of that birth date. And I just do that on a sticky note on my computer stickies. And also keep a note of the child's name so we can find the family once we close this wizard off. So we've got Emily Jane and we've got 17th of the 3rd, 2010. And we're going to save that. We don't need to worry about anything in here in this section either. We'll click on next. Don't need to worry about any of the medical information. That's up to the families to enter that information. If they advise us that there are some health issues, we just get them know to log in so that the information that we have about the child is accurate and first-hand from the parent. We don't want to be entering that and miscommunicating anything that they're saying to us. Don't need to worry about any of this. Just want to get to the option where we get to the save. So for the student, all we're entering is the name, the birth date, and the gender. And we'll just save that one. And if we go to close and view student, we can enroll the student in a trial classroom there. Or if we close here, we want to go to the family. Usually if you're doing this over the phone with the family, you're going to be enrolling them in for a trial or something. That's why they've stayed on the phone to do that. So that's what you're going to be doing from there. We'll have another tutorial to go through booking a trial for a new participant. What we'll do is we'll close that off there, and then if we're in students here and we'll just search that child up, what I want to check is I want to make sure that the date of birth is correct, and we also need to send them a welcome email. So we'll go into the family because we're in the students view. If we go into the pen, that's just going to take us to the student. So we want to go in and view the family here. So that birth date has saved correctly, so that's perfect. Now what we want to do is in the family option here, we'll just scroll down to view more, and we're going to send them a welcome email. And that's just welcoming them to the club and letting them know that they have an account with us and what to do for their password. Because we've created the account for them, they don't know their login information and we can't create a password for them. Whereas if they create the account themselves through our dashboard, they set their password when they do that. So because we've done it for them, we need to send them an email so that they can set their own password. And so here is a copy of the email that they get. So you can take your time when you're doing the tutorial to pause and read this email if you like. Or what I would suggest is creating your own account in iClass that you can use to play around, to receive information so that you get information that goes out to members and non-members so that you're up to date with things that are happening at the club. And so when you're trying to help a member, you can actually log in to the app or the portal yourself and support the member by going through the same process that they are. That is a really good strategy to provide member support to new inquiries and to current members so that you can see that you're viewing that. So hopefully this tutorial has helped with the setting up of a new family account. And the next tutorial we'll be looking at will be booking a trial class. Thank you.